1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 feet.
Trying to find ways of civil disobedience that open up spaces, that reclaim spaces, and that don't, that really confuse power. And one of the things that really interests me is the idea of trying to create forms where power doesn't really know whether you're doing something political, but it becomes clear that it is political, and then therefore it takes a lot longer for it to be repressed and so on. And it also tends to have an opening effect as opposed to a closing effect.
2,000 people standing around us, no reason to be afraid.
Basically having pole dancing, DJing, live samba bands.
Anyone gets on the train, they're our friends. We give them beer, we give them sweets, okay? We make everyone nice and happy. We don't want it to be our party and the commuters to be sitting there going like that. It's everyone's party, everyone's invited.
We all are trained together. Let's make it memorable. So sing songs, tell each other stories.
Since being there, they kind of now, their perception of the tube, of the underground, is completely different to how it was before. And it kind of shows that you can ingrain these memories within architecture, you know, and so the architecture isn't can't purely be owned by the people that own it.
It's actually very, it's quite a radical negation of a whole culture that emphasises work and discipline, and play is very slippery, it can happen anywhere, it can be quite subversive, and it's incredibly creative. Is it political action? Is it a cultural action? Is it a riot? Is it a carnival? Is it an army? Is it a bunch of clowns? Are these shoplifters or dancers? Or, you know, so all these practices are trying to live in this in-between space.
Arrest these clowns! Arrest these clowns!
Clown in the road! Clown in the road! Clown in the road! He's fallen asleep!
4 minutes, 4 minutes, that's what we need. Is that right, sir? Special service.
All we want to do is, you know, find the truth, and it's great. It's the first time that when there's been conflict before, now there's just humour and laughter, and it's wonderful.
We want to have an effect on the world. We're not just here, we're not trying to entertain. I mean, what we do oftentimes uses humor, but that's really just a way of getting people who disagree with you to stop and listen to you. It's just a way to sort of start the conversation.
Shake your body. Move your body, jump your body, shake your body, press it on.
We're engineers that have freed ourselves from the funding structure, so we don't have to make robots for the military, we can make robots for activists. And we watched a lot of really smart, creative people have to work on those kinds of projects, so we decided just to work in the opposite direction.
Big Brother is watching you. All of us are activists. We've been involved in other activist things before, and activism is typically a drag and a bore. What we try to do is have fun and show that you can use culture, art, your creative side, everything that gives you pleasure, and merge that in with your protest.